In the quiet spiral arm of the Milky Way, just beyond the hydrogen-rich region of Cygnus X3, lies a forgotten planetary system called Hesperus Theta. It had no official record in galactic maps, its location obscured by gravitational lensing from nearby black dwarf remnants. But deep scanning probes from the Terran Interstellar Observatory recently picked up something strange. Repeating neutrino patterns coming from Thalassa-9, the system's outermost exoplanet. Neutrinos, normally silent messengers of nuclear activity, should not repeat like signals. It was as if something was trying to communicate through the densest layers of physics itself. The United Solar Assembly dispatched a stealth research vessel, the Arclight Veil, with xenolinguist Dr. Lyra Nadir at its helm. What they found on Thalassa-9 defied every astrophysical model. Thalassa-9 was a rogue water planet, its orbit not bound by any star, but instead stabilized by a faint quantum tether to the collapsed remnants of a failed sun nearby. The planet was shrouded in a semi-transparent atmosphere composed of noble gases and supercooled vapor, creating perpetual twilight on the oceanic surface. No land, no storms, just endless, mirror-like water that echoed the sky. But under the surface, the crew discovered ancient megastructures, hexagonal towers made of a material not found on the periodic table. These towers pulsed with low-frequency neutrino emissions, timed like a heartbeat. And in the vast dark trenches below, life stirred. It wasn't carbon-based. It wasn't silicon-based. It was graviton-reactive. A form of intelligent organism that built their biology around gravity fluctuations and time dilation, existing slightly out of sync with linear time. These beings, called the Xenolinguist, had evolved in the crust-core interface of Thalassa-9, where pressure folds time into creases. To them, linear thought was foreign. They perceived time as a sphere and conversation as interference patterns. Using graviton pulses modulated through the planet's fluid tectonic plates, they had been trying to reach out, not just to humanity, but to anyone who could understand. Their message, a warning. A stellar nursery near Sagittarius A was showing unnatural entropy patterns. Something was feeding on star births. The Xenolinguist spoke of a void structure, an ancient, dormant intelligence known only as the Unbloomed. It does not destroy stars. It stops them from ever igniting. And in doing so, it slowly silences the universe. Dr. Lyra and her team, after weeks of immersion in translated gravitational language, discovered the Xenolinguist had long predicted that one day, their own world would be folded by the Unbloomed, not consumed, not destroyed, but erased from the memory of spacetime itself. They had built the neutrino towers as temporal beacons, to keep themselves remembered even after erasure. The Arclight Veil team realized they were not here to study the planet. They were witnesses to a funeral already in progress. Time around Thalassa-9 began to shift subtly. Star maps no longer aligned. Distant quasars blinked in unnatural sequences. The gravitational constant locally fluctuated, signs of encroaching unbloomed activity. Lyra faced a choice: flee and report, or stay and encode Earth's own memory into the neutrino lattice, securing humanity's trace against cosmic forgetting. In the end, Lyra uploaded humanity's deep archive into Thalassa-9 core lattice: art, science, music, genetic records, everything. Then the crew launched the data back toward Earth aboard an autonomous neutrino sail just before the Unbloomed's influence swept through. No explosion, no collapse, just silence. The planet's quantum tether severed. Thalassa-9 ceased to exist, not even a shadow on spacetime. When the neutrino sail finally reached Earth decades later, scientists were baffled. It contained no coordinates, no sender name, only a title, for those who may still remember water that reflected stars. The disappearance of Thalassa-9 would be forgotten by most, but somewhere, deep within gravity's whisper, a planet sang silently to the stars, a final song in a language older than light.